necessary restrictions to fight the third wave. And these restrictions have had an impact on Canadians' jobs. That's why our budget is extending the wage subsidy, the rent subsidy, and the recovery benefit. All this to ensure that Canadians and businesses can get through this pandemic. I hope that all members in this House, the honourable member for Carleton.
Well, she's right. The governments were forced to put in those restrictions because of her and the Prime Minister's failure to provide vaccines. While other economies in the world are reopening safely and vaccinated, our people are now locked down again because of the Prime Minister's third wave. That's why we have an unemployment rate that's 50% higher than the G7 average, higher than the UK, the US, France, and almost every other country in the G7. The reality is this third wave is the responsibility of this government and its failure to safely reopen. When will we have a safe reopening?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it's puzzling to me why the Conservatives constantly try to talk down Canada and Canadians. The reality is Canadians and Canadian businesses have been astonishingly resilient, notwithstanding COVID. In the fourth quarter, our GDP grew by 10%. In the first quarter, it grew by 6.5%. In both cases, that's stronger growth than in the US. And when it comes to jobs, notwithstanding today's very difficult numbers, 83% of COVID job losses have been recovered in Canada, compared to just 63% in the United States.
Member for Carleton.
That's because Canada had far more lost jobs to recover. We had a far bigger drop in employment because of this government's failure to close the border early on, and now we have higher unemployment than the US, the UK, France, Germany, Japan, in fact, much higher than the G7 average because of this Prime Minister's third wave. He left the borders open, but he kept vaccines out, and now Canadians are losing their lives and their jobs. When will this government present a real plan to safely reopen so Canadians can protect their lives and get their jobs back?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yet again, let me urge our Conservative colleagues to pick a lane. Half of the time, Mr. Speaker, the Conservatives complain about debt and deficits and accuse our government of investing too much to help Canadians finish the fight against COVID and have a strong and robust recovery. Now, Mr. Speaker, what we believe Canada needs is the support to get through this difficult third wave, which our budget provides, and strong investment to come roaring back. That's what we're going to do, Mr. Speaker.